Good morning, it's Tuesday and day 18 of Vlogmas. Today I am dressed in all my comfies, also dressed like a 5-year-old. Today I'm just going to potter around the house, a few things to do, mainly wrapping. I think I'm going to be wrapping for most of the day. I have got to make my wreath. I brought home a big bag of ivy from the woods the other day, so I need to cobble together something to hang on the front door. The ivy's really long, so I'm hoping that I can just make a big circle and sort of wrap the ends round to tie it in, and then I just need a nice bit of ribbon or something, and I'm just going to hang that on the door. I don't really want to add too much to it, I just want it nice and simple, so I don't know if I'll actually add anything to it at all or just leave it as it is as a big like ivy wreath. So I'll see how I get on with that. In my head it's going to be dead easy, so hopefully it will be easy to just make. And then I'm going to have to sort through all my Christmas presents and have a good look, just check I've got everything I want to get. I really would have liked to have done that before I went shopping yesterday, but I just did not have time. So I'll have a quick sort out today, start wrapping, and pop on a film or something later on to wrap to so I don't get too bored. It's so dark today. It's like night when you look out the window. So dark, and this is about 9:30. Yeah, it's 9:30. It's really dark, so it's going to be one of those cosy days with all the lights on. Well, twinkly lights, that is. Yeah, I'll catch up with you later. I'll let you see how my wreath goes, and you can see a bit of my wrapping as well. See you in a bit. This is my big bag of ivy. I've got a few little bits of holly, so I may use those, I may not, I don't know yet. So I'm gonna just tip it all out and see what I could do with this. Hopefully I haven't got so many beasties. Okay, yeah, looks a bit like a bird's nest at the minute, so I'll see if I can work some magic on it and make it look ivy, and it's pretty much the same as if you were using willow, so I think that's why I'm finding it quite easy to do, because I'm used to using willow. So the ivy, this ivy is so long, it's fantastic. So you just want to get yourself a nice long bit. You can use a couple of bits, depends how big you want to make it. I'm just going to make this one a little smaller. Well, no, this is huge. Okay, I'll just see how we go. So just get your ivy, it doesn't have to be a thick bit or a thin bit. So get your ivy and just, it's all bendy anyway, so it's already forming a circle. So just get it into a circular shape, like so. And then when your ends meet, just take your ends and then you want to wrap them through the circle and round it, and that'll hold it in place. It's so pliable, I haven't snapped any yet. So just keep wrapping it through, wrapping it round, and that'll hold it in place. It's quite pingy, so it's a little awkward, but it's absolutely doable. And I think even just, I mean, that's just one long strand of willow. It had a few branches to it. I think that's just so pretty. You could just hang that on the wall. And if you wanted to add to it, anything natural would just look so nice. It's like a crown as well, that one. So I'm gonna, well, I'll leave it like that. I might leave it like that. Or what you can do is get another string of willow, and not willow, ivy, and just thread it round, wrap it round in the same way. Try and always do it the same way, which I'm not very good at remembering how I did it. So you can just strengthen any thinner bits by adding in another piece and just wrap it round. Because the ends are so, Tilly's now trying to chase after the end pieces. It's so bendy that you could actually probably use this to tie knots. If you needed to tie something on, you tie it using a knot of ivy. Probably hang it up like that as well. The cat is skidding about the kitchen floor. She's going mad because it's covered in ivy leaves. So there we go, I've just added in another bit and that's made it a bit sturdier. That's lovely. You get lots of nice little natural decorations as well. You can get like little glittery birds or pine cones or something. It just looks so nice. Just going to add a few more twigs or branches to it just to give it a bit more structure, because some bits, there's a lot of leaves at the bottom and not many at the top. So I'm just going to add some more, just get some branches in just to thicken it out a bit as well, because I think it's nice even when you just see the branches without any leaves. Happy with that. I might just leave that one as it is now. It's quite sweet, quite small, and I might hang that up in the living room. I think something like a bit of hessian would be nice to hang it up with. Maybe, I don't know, I might see what some gingham ribbon looks like, but I'm happy with that. So I've got a little bit more ivy left, so I'm just going to use that to make another little one. And that is my big one that I'm going to put on the front door. It's not huge, I mean, it's that size. But that's just going to be perfect for the door. I think I might have some like fake red berries, so I might see what they look like. I think they look nice just with a little bit of colour on there. Sorry about the noise of the washing machine, I hope you could hear me earlier. I remembered I had these little berries in my stash somewhere, and these were 85p for a big bunch, and I've only used 8 of them. So all in all, my wreath cost me about, I don't know, 20p, 30p or something. So I'm going to go and hang that on my front door now. I'm really happy with that. I think it's really, really lovely, and I just love the simplicity of the red and the green. I'll hang it on the door and you'll get a better idea of how it looks. my wreath is done. I'm really pleased with it. I'm so happy I've done it now, and it was basically cost me next to nothing. I didn't have any glitter spray or snow spray. If I did, I would have given it a quick dusting. I did use a little bit of this gold metallic spray paint, which I got from a really cheap card shop. It was £1.99 and it's really terrible stuff, so I wouldn't recommend you buy it. But I just used it to give my leaves a little gold sort of tingy sparkle to them. I sprayed some of the little bowls that I made with that spray paint, and once it dried, it literally just came off in my hands, the gold paint, and I managed to wipe it off with some kitchen towels and repaint the bowls with something else, so I wouldn't recommend you buy that, but I just wanted to show you what I sprayed on my wreath to give it a little sparkle. Okay, so that's done. I've got another load of washing to do. I've got to wash the dishes, and then it's parcel wrapping time, so I'm going to get everything downstairs and set up a wrapping station, and that's probably going to be me for the day. I recently got lots of lovely new stamp sets, so before I begin wrapping I'm going to stamp some more brown paper because I did it the other day. I thought it looked really nice, and in fact all of these stamps are new to me this winter, so I'm looking forward to using them to stamp on the paper, and especially this one with a little make your own wreath. It's so cute. And I have got some red ink as well, which I picked up at the craft sale recently, so I could use that for the little berries. And I love all of them actually, so I'm going to struggle with which ones to use. I'm probably going to do like a whole roll of paper just because I want to see what they all look like. So I'm going to set myself up and do a load of stamping before I do any wrapping. Here's how some of the paper turned out that I've stamped. Got a little candy canes. I may have got a bit carried away. I think I may have done a little bit too much. But it's okay, it'll all get used at some point. I think this little snowflake is my favourite stamp. I just love it so much. That was one I got from the Works. I like the reindeer as well, or moose or whatever it is. So that's my stamped paper. That's going to look really nice, just tied up with some baker's twine. I've set up my wrapping station on the kitchen table. Got a few papers here, and I'm going to start by wrapping Joshua's things because I don't want them left out when he's coming home from school, so I'll get them done now. My tactic is to start off with the boxes. So I'm doing all those boxes and I'll do all the awkward things after that. I'm just going to wrap at the moment, and then I'll do tags and things later on. If I'm only wrapping Joshua's, then I know that they're all his, so that's fine. And my new tactic this year is to sit up at the table, because I normally do it on the floor and end up with killer back and can't feel my legs. So trying it this way this year, and it feels better already. And of course, if you can hear, I've got Michael Bublé on, because you can't wrap Christmas presents without Michael Bublé on, really. To slice through the paper. This is by Scotch, and it's a really weird little thing, and there's a blade in there. So if you angle it right on your paper, if you angle it wrongly, it just chews up your paper, but if you angle it right, it slices through your paper and means you don't need scissors, and you can do it like, well, not one-handed really, but it's so much easier and so much quicker than trying to do it with scissors. And I usually forget to use this, but I'm whizzing through the cutting up today and it's been brilliant, so I would recommend that. I think you could probably pick them up in, I hate that phrase, pick them up. You can probably buy them in anywhere that sells wrapping paper, especially like card shops maybe. I've never seen them, this was a gift a few years ago. So I've never seen them, but then I've never looked. So places where you'd buy your sellotape and your wrapping paper probably would sell these too. I would recommend one. Also, how adorable is the Nutcracker wrapping paper? Isn't that beautiful? I love a Christmas Nutcracker. This one was a roll from B&M. It's 12 metres long and it was £1. A pound, people. I don't get people who are going to spend like £3-5 on a 3 metre roll of wrapping paper. I don't get that. I buy all mine really cheaply and I can pick up, I've used it again. I can get nice wrapping paper really cheap. This was another huge one. I don't know where I got this, probably B&M or the Card Warehouse has been selling loads really cheap as well. And I like simple kind of red and white and Christmassy colours, and I get all these for £1 and they're usually about at least 10 metres. And let's face it, the wrapping paper just gets pulled off and then you throw it in the bin, so what's the point in spending a lot of money on it? It's daft. Anyway, back to my wrapping. That's my little rant over. So far so good. I'm getting through the wrapping. I've moved on now to watching some Vlogmas videos. I've caught up with Ollie and Bella. Now I'm watching Sandy by the Lakeside, and I'm probably just over halfway done. No, maybe more than halfway. So I'm just going to keep going because Joshua will be in from school. I've got another hour and a half, so hopefully I'll get it finished. Well, Joshua is just about to come in from school and I did not get all my wrapping done, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more tomorrow, but hopefully not too much. Should get that done pretty quickly. I haven't opened my advent calendar yet. I'm going to do it in a minute. I think if I do the same thing next year and make an advent calendar, I will put little treats in it for the last few days because it's kind of a bit boring now. It's just a tea and a chocolate. I should have put little gifts in for myself. So I hope you're not too bored watching me open it. I'm a bit fed up with the Cath Kidston one as well. I'm not, you know, I'm grateful to have it and everything, and I do like the products, but it's just so samey, so many body lotions, hand lotions, cuticle lotions. Like, oh my god, they could have given us nail files or a little mirror or shower puff or a flannel or a sleep mask or something. It's just so repetitive. It's kind of boring. Okay, so I'm going to open my calendars now. Joshua's going to be in from school any minute, and we are popping out to the shop because we've got some stuff to return. So we'll do that. I haven't had any chance to knit yet, but hopefully this evening I will be able to knit on my advent socks a bit more. that's another day done and dusted, and another busy day. Joshua got in from school and he said he didn't really want to go out to the shops, so we didn't bother. We just stayed at home and watched Elf, which was nice, and I got some knitting done on my socks as well. I think I'm going to be finished those really soon. I'm ready to go to the cuff. I'm just going to try them on, and then I think I'll be ready to go to the cuff. And I've only really got to day, I think I'm on ball number 5 of my wool, maybe 6, I can't remember. So I might just still continue to use the same wool in the same order and do another pair of socks at some point. We'll see, I haven't really decided yet. I have got some other nice Christmassy wool that I was hoping to find the time to make a pair of socks out of, so I might manage that as well, which would be good. So tomorrow I'm going to pop out in the morning to the shops and do what we're going to do tonight, and then finish off my wrapping, and then hopefully things will start to slow down a bit. We'll see. I've said that every day in December, I think. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm going to sit down with a cup of tea tonight. By the time I get to this point in the evening, I can't be bothered watching any TV. I'm just not in the mood. So I just like to enjoy the peace and quiet, really. So I'm just going to chill out for a bit, go up for an early bath and get to bed. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.